Hey everybody! Last week I did a nice report on the west side of Lake Winnebago. So I thought this week I'll come to the east side. And I am in Pipe. Yeah, I'm gonna walk out on Pipe. We'll walk out that way. There's a couple of wheelers out there. There's some stakes marking a way out there too, so that's cool. See some rough ice out there. I'm gonna walk out there. Drill a couple holes, let you know how thick the ice is, and see if there's any cracks. Say no to crack, people. Crack's not good. There's a crack, not very far out at all, running north-south. Looks like it's frozen in and good enough. There's four-wheelers that have traveled over this. All right, I've been walking for a little while. I am to the Jagged ice field. I will drill a hole right here, see how deep the water is, check the ice, and continue. Thick. That is some thick ice right there, and it's dirty. Get a measurement on that. Wow. That's 12 right there. 7 feet of water below the deucer. So about 8 feet of water, a little less than 8 feet. Looks like the people over there are on the edge of all those ice pieces, all those ice chunks. Maybe I'll head that way. Well, I moved to the edge of the Crusty ice field. I'll make a hole here. Ice is looking pretty good. There's chunks. Just kind of chunks that came in, refroze. Just really jagged ice out that way. Just made my way to the edge of it. And I'll see how deep I am here and how thick the ice is. I'm sure it's good. We're out to 11 to 12 feet here. Yeah, 12 and a quarter. That's thick. Of course, with this heat wave we have, really won't be making much more for a while anyway, till that goes away. Gorgeous day out here. Overcast, 32 degrees. East winds 5 to 10. I like it. I see a little ice shove out that way a little bit, so I'm gonna go check that out before I head to another spot. All right, I made it out to this little shove. Goes in towards shore over there. That is southeast, and it runs northwest to the northwest. I'm going to drill a hole and see how deep it is here. 12 feet. At water level, it's 11 and a quarter, but at the top here it's 14. Nice. This is what the lake access in Pipe looks like. Well, this is where all the action is. I'm at Brothertown, and I hear they're getting them around 3 miles out. Well, that's not happening because I'm not walking 3 miles out. I've done that before in the past, and I'm old. Yeah, so forget that. But I might head out a mile and see what happens out there. Come on, let's do it. Well, the launch looks really good at Brothertown. easy ice access. So I like that. Just talked to a guy who came off the ice, really nothing going on. He was 3 miles out, like I said. That's usually a starting point out here, but I'm walking, so that is not gonna happen. And the reason I can walk out here is because there's not a lot of snow on the ice. It's pretty slick, so I can drag stuff quite easily. It's just a nice leisurely walk. Okay, it'll be tiring, but I'm gonna do it. It'd be really cool if I stumble across some fish. But I'll measure the ice and depth of the water and let you know what that is. Well, you don't have to get too far out to get to that ice field, but here there's a actual path where people have been driving on to get through some of it right there. And I just talked to a guy who said he saw vehicles out there, a couple of trucks out there. I'm too chicken to do that. Yeah. Well, I'm about a half mile out, need a break, so I'm gonna drill a hole. I found some little patch of really clear ice. I'll put a hole in that stuff, measure it. A little over 11 and a half even. I'm at about 14, 15 feet here. There's definitely enough ice to support your mother-in-law. Pretty sure. We're gonna come to some areas out here where there's gonna be some shoves and some busted up areas here. Right now, without any snow cover, it's pretty easy to see those spots, and it'd be easy to drive around on a four-wheeler. Just go around those, because most of what's out here is pretty smooth sailing. And what I'm finding for the ice, it's pretty nice. Just not that though. That's where I came from. Well, this looks like a good spot to pop a hole. Got the white ice here. Let's do it. Further out again. I like clearing the hole by bringing all the slush up and out, not pushing it down. So if you push it down, then it all shows up on your sonar. I don't like that. Depth is 15 to 16 feet. Ice. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Got 14 inches in this spot. So are people driving trucks out here? I don't know if they are, but that guy is. He's making his way through the ice fields. He's more daring than I am. That's for sure. Wow. I should have thumbed a ride. Well, I'll do another hole out here. It's all pretty consistent though. Really good ice, like 12 to 14 inches. So you have that. But let's see what we got here. I'm a little further from shore. There's bottom. Got 12. Water line's at 11. And our depth here, 15 feet below the transducer. So 15 and a half-ish. Well, that's how far I walked out. Enough holes here to show you guys that the ice is pretty good. Got this big warm-up coming up. Nice and balmy today. And it's supposed to stay warm above 30s for highs, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure the ice won't deteriorate a whole lot, but it's certainly not going to make much, if any. And let's say no to rain. Whew, just coming off the lake, the precipitation has arrived. Talked to one guy who had one white bass. He had walked out like I did. Talked to another guy who was on a four-wheeler, went out 3 miles, and he caught nothing. Saw a couple of trucks driving out there. Ice I measured was 12 inches to the most of 14. I was looking pretty good out of Brothertown. And there's a nice little path to get through the rough area too. So there's that. I'm gonna take a look out at Quinny launch right here, just arrived. Looks a little rough going. I see somebody way out there. It's quite a nasty ice field right here. Brothertown looks like the best place to get on. I don't know if I can pull my sled out there even. It looks pretty wicked. So if there's a will, there's a way. You could make it. It's quite a pile of ice. Pretty close to shore. I'd have to say that looks quite treacherous to walk out there, especially to drive out there out of Quinny. That would be tough. So I decided to stop at Stockbridge. Stockbridge does not look so good. There's quite a crack near shore, and I even see some water on it, and it's close to shore. Yeah, I wouldn't come here and plan on driving anything out. Well, I'm Dan Kirk, Dan Kirk Outdoors. If you venture out on the Winnebago ice, use precautions, be safe out there. Don't be stupid, right? Be smart, be wise, take precautions. Yep. Thanks for joining me. Have fun, catch some fish, tight lines, man. He is 10 and a half. A little more than 10 and a half. Nice. Sean, there's a whole bunch of them.